You think Donald Trump is racist?
I do. I do.
You do?
And I'll tell you why. It's tough to say that somebody is not racist when they're doing all the racist things. You know, sometimes I feel like we need to invent like a racism Richter scale. Because racism in America is such a loaded word. It feels like people are more afraid of being called racist than actually being racist.
Nobody wants to be called racist.
No, people go, don't call me racist. I might do these things, but you don't call me racist. If Donald Trump chooses an advisor who has a platform that specifically caters to a movement that is neo-Nazi and white supremacist, then what do you call that? People go, I don't say the N-word, and I don't hang anybody, so I can't be racist. And I go, well, there's levels.
Noah's uniquely suited to talk about racism, growing up biracial in apartheid South Africa. He was forced to navigate the dangerous worlds between black and white, but he says he learned that communicating with those of the opposite view is crucial to success.
I don't exist in a world where I only listen to the people I agree with, because then how will I ever know how to dismantle or think about your arguments in a different way? Tommy Lahren.
Which is precisely why Noah invited conservative internet sensation Tommy Lahren on the show for an interview that went viral.
Do you really believe you're criticizing and you're not malintentioned when you say things like Black Lives Matter is the new KKK? Because you realize Black Lives Matter can't be the new KKK. The KKK is still around.
Some people were asking, why would you invite her on the show?
Because we invite everyone who's in the political sphere on the show. It's like, I don't agree with you on things, and I would like to challenge you, and I would like for you to challenge me.
Noah knows all about challenges, which he explores in his painfully honest new book, Born a Crime.
Different races being together was a crime, an official crime. There was an immorality act in the country.
Let alone sleeping together.
Exactly, that forbade that, and you could spend years in jail. And luckily, my parents were never caught, but my mom was caught for minor infractions regarding, relating to race, and she would spend time in jail, whether it be a week or a few weeks. Oftentimes, she'd have to pay a month's salary to get out.
His journey has led him here to one of the most coveted jobs in comedy.
Knowing where you've come from, such difficult times, do you sit here sometimes and go, wow?
Every day. Sometimes you get caught up in, hashtag first world problems. You're in a world where people convince you of problems that aren't real. Every single night I sit at the desk, every single night I talk to the audience. I appreciate every single inch of this place.
Each day begins just after 9 a.m. in the Daily Show morning writers meeting.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Nice thoughts.
The staff presenting pitches for that night's show.
I found one Facebook Live show where it's called The Wheel of Fugitives.
Yes.
And the cops spin the wheel and it lands on somebody's mugshot.
Wait, the police are doing this?
Yeah, the police are.
Wow. No, man.
This idea culminates into a hilarious segment, later delivered by correspondent Hassan Minaj.
Yes, this is so much fun!
No, Hassan, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, we've got to take law enforcement seriously.
Dude, loosen up. Tell me you weren't happy when the wheel didn't land on the black guy.
And when you go out there, still, it's been more than a year now.
Yes.
Does it still feel exciting, scary, what?
You never know. It's a different audience every day. It's different jokes every day. So there's always a possibility that anything could happen.
This newfound fame, a stark contrast from Noah's tough childhood.
So when you're writing a book, is it painful to go back over all of that, or is it cathartic?
I think it's a combination of both. I think through the pain comes the catharsis. Writing stories about growing up in a home where we sometimes didn't have food is painful. Remembering stories of growing up in a home of domestic abuse, painful stories.
One of the more painful ones involving his abusive stepfather and the terrifying day he shot Noah's mother, Patricia, in the head.
Did you think you were going to lose her?
I did. My mother was shot not just in the torso, but in the head. And a head shot is a head shot. You don't think a person's recovering. And miraculously, she came out on the other side with no permanent damage. It's something that my family has lived through, and now we laugh about, and that's who we are as a family.
Is that where your comic chops came from? Laughing at the pain?
I think so, yeah. Laughter is a is an escape. I feel like laughter reminds you of your best self, your favorite self, your freest self.
He turned that laughter into a career, becoming one of the most successful comics in South Africa.
So Oprah flew down on her jet and she built the school. $50 million she spent. She was like, "You're not going to spank these kids, are you?" And the headmaster was like, "No, never. We beat them. But because it's Oprah's school, everybody's getting one. You're getting a beating. You're getting a..."
John is the crazy person who plucked me from obscurity. He's the guy who saw me and said he should come to the show. There was a lack of acknowledgement. There are many Americans who still live in a world where they don't even acknowledge the fact that African Americans are operating from a place of deep oppression. And if there is no system where we are working to reform people or trying to have a discussion, then that racism is not going to go anywhere.
Earlier tonight at the White House, President Obama echoing the need for Americans to come together.
I think it's important to give the incoming administration the space and to give the public clarity about what it is that they're trying to do.
An improbable moment for that biracial boy born a crime all those years ago, seated across from the U.S. president, a biracial man himself. For Nightline, I'm Deborah Roberts in New York.
When it comes to racism, right, I can say there are people. When it comes to racism, there are people that no one is born racist. People are taught to be racist, although people have instincts that sometimes might, due to their past experiences, might make them see people in a certain way. But as people get to experience life more, people get mature, people improve in life, there are a lot of things that they change. If you look at it right, there were certain people that growing up when we were younger, you had like this prejudice mindset about them, this stereotype mindset about them. This stereotype mindset about them. But as time went on, you don't have that mindset about them again. Why? Because you've learned that not everybody is like that. It's like growing up back in the days where people used to feel that all Nigerians, like white people, fear that all Nigerians are bad people because some of them scam people. Why? But it's not true. Like growing up, we used to feel that all white people are racist, but no, it's not true. You know, if you're taught that way, and you get one or two experiences that validates that thought, it's easy for you to generalize it with everybody. But it is not true at the end of the day, though. It is 100% not true. Not everybody is racist. So with Trump, when he was president, when he first got in as president, he was doing a lot of racist stuff, that ban on Muslims, and especially during the George Floyd era and stuff like that. As time went on, if you look at it all, it slowly started becoming less and less and less and less racist. Because life knows how to teach you how to life knows how to correct the perception, the mindset, and the stereotype that you've had against people, against other things. So life knows how to teach you that, how to correct you. Since it is prone for people to have stereotype mindset about people, life knows how to correct that for you. So with all the Trump experiences that he has gone through and what is still currently going through, I can say if you were to evaluate racism like 100%, you can say Trump is maybe like 50 now, or maybe 45. He's not as racist as he used to be when he first became as president. One, because he needed to travel all over the world, and you go and meet people from other races, from other cultures, other ethnicities that don't speak like you. You know, you have to learn how to build a relationship with them, be friends with them. So you have to break down that racism. Most people that are racist, look at it. Most people that are very, very racist, they haven't traveled out. They are not they're not all that informed. They are not all that informed, and 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 they know less. The more you are informed, the more you travel out, the more you meet people, then you know that America is not just a country where everybody speak English or where people have no accent. People have accents. And accent is beautiful, it's diversity. That's what makes the world beautiful. That's what makes the United States more attractive because of the diversity. People like to come to places that are very, very diverse because with diversity comes with different mindset, different point of view, different talents, and different perspectives, right? Different ways of reasoning and ways of seeing things. That is why you see a lot of companies strive for. That's why you see a lot of companies strive for diversity in their organization because they have noticed that the more diverse your teams are, the more excellent they become. Because people come with a different point of view, different mindset, different ways of doing things, which in turns at the end helps you do astonishing things. So diversity is very, very important. Diversity is very, very important. I think we should all focus on diversity so much. Trust me, Trump is not as racist as he was back in the days. Even Joe Biden, you know, being a president, open your ears because you go meet another leader from another country, another part of the world that speaks English, but the English is not as good as yours. So you have to listen attentively. Even if you're racist, you have to be less racist. And that will slowly be ingrained in you. And over time, you find yourself being less racist. So that is my 2 cents. Thank you.